Thank you. I'm betting most of you know who I am and that you've heard me before, and perhaps I've even gotten you to sing with me before. My sense right now is to start with just a question. And that question is, who are we now? The pandemic that we went through that was referenced earlier, and Brett's meditation about the resurrection. Something that's always struck me is, as you go through a series of issues, there's a rebirth, and you never return to who you were before. That's the whole idea of challenges in life, is to become something different, something new, something that can face the world as it exists right now. Returning to the reading, I'm a fan of languages. I understand that when I translate Hildegard's work, who lived in the 12th century, she wrote in Latin. So I'm translating into English, and I'm translating not the exact word. I'm translating the spirit. What would this mean to someone now? How would they get that same sensation that someone in the 12th century might have gotten? What would those words be now to bring out that same sense? Likewise, my grandfather was a minister. And as a Presbyterian minister and Methodist and UCC, because that's how it worked back then. You could run between different churches and slightly between religions. I mean, they were different. I noticed the difference. But his comment to me was that the Bible was not set in stone, that there were always at least 3 meanings to every single piece of information. And working with the translation, I understand that. When you read the different translations, you get different ideas. You get the flavor of the translator, the flavor of their time when they were translating it. So I think about a phrase that I've often wondered over, having to do with the resurrection and the response of the disciples to seeing Christ risen. And first off, Mary found him first, the Marys, but also that the male disciples went towards him, and I believe she went towards him as well. And their first instinct, and this is one of the translations, I believe it's King James, that says, "Touch me not, for I have not yet ascended to the Father." And I thought that was so interesting. Putting aside the masculine reference to the Father, that's a whole nother thing. But touch me not, for I have not yet ascended, not yet completed a process of transfiguration, lifting the molecules of the physical body into the spiritual realm, lifting those molecules to a vibration where it's possible to be both fully spirit and in form in some fashion at that time. And to me, that sense of transfiguration or transmutation is what we face each day with each challenge in each moment. How do we do something different in the world? How do we bring who we are now to the world? So when we make a decision to make a change, to make something shift, how do we maintain that shift? How do we flow with it? So it's not just saying, okay, I'm going to give up gluten now. but it's rather saying, okay, my body, my sense is I will be healthier, I will be of greater service if I eat more of this, less of that, do more of this, do less of this other thing. That the balance that Spirit is calling me to is different than the balance Spirit called me to last week or last month. Creator of life, draw compassion from us. Christ of love, draw compassion from us. Who are we today? Who are we now? Seculorum. Amen. Seculorum. Amen. Seculorum. And so becoming more of who we are necessitates releasing who we used to be. It's funny that sometimes who we used to be is so ingrained habitually within us, even when it's not comfortable. And we simply say, oh, no, that's always hurt, or no, it's always been that way. That just means it's habitual. It doesn't mean it has to stay that way. But oftentimes as we move through, we let go of those things. And it's not until months later when maybe just the tiniest little bit of what was peeks its head back up. It's like a little pop quiz. Have you really let go of that anger? Have you really let go of that reaction? Have you really let go of that jealousy? And we think, wow, I haven't felt this in a long time. Oh, I did let go of that. That isn't a pattern I'm using anymore in order to be with life. And so this particular song references to me that change that we can make. And I'd invite you to sing with me on this song. And again, this is a song by Hildegard, so about almost 1,000 years old. And this particular song references that change that we can make, that miracle of something different happening. Oh, what a miracle is the presence of the divine heart, which foreknows all creation. God sees the entire works reflected in this human form. Oh, what a miracle are the inspirations through which humanity is awakened. And so, is one good note to hum or sing however you feel comfortable. And is another good note to hum or sing however you feel comfortable. Great. Just let that sound come. Let it come. O quam mirabilis est prescientia divini pectoris, qui brigivit onem seculorum id iniculum id natura There's a lovely space, a space that is behind our heart chakra. It actually sits about 8 inches behind our body. And it's a space, it's a portal where guides and angels often sit. Typically, our higher self, or what you would understand along that line, sits there. And so often we overrun what's being conveyed to us through our brains when we say, no, I don't have time for that. No, I can't possibly do that now. Or almost more dangerously, we think, oh no, that I couldn't be that. I couldn't. So I invite you to just put your awareness in that space behind you for a moment as we enter into one of the last 2 songs. Imagine as if you could breathe from that space, again, about 8 inches outside of your physical body behind your heart, as if you could breathe from that space and then exhale back to that same space. And with your intention, with your attention and intention, all you're doing is creating a loop. You're opening that space. You're welcoming that aspect of your higher self, your soul, whoever you are, whatever guide or angel might be with you right now. You're saying, hey, what am I missing? What do I need to know? What's new? So just breathing from that space and exhaling back to that space as you breathe. And I'm just going to sing a song, and then I'm going to invite you to start to sing on the next song. And as we sing on the next song, just keep that space in mind. Continue to breathe from that space and sing to that space behind you. And let's see what happens. And just join in as you feel drawn to. Musicians, you know what I'm doing. Bridge. Last time. And just allowing all that is no longer you to pass. Releasing it into the arms of Archangel Michael, releasing it into nature, releasing it into spirit, whatever works for you. One more time, just breathing from that space behind you and just exhale back into that space. And just releasing those guides, those angels that have been present. Letting everyone step back so that people can resume their normal life in an awakened but awake state. Great. Thank you all.